Hello gorgeous, and welcome to your yoga practice. For today's flow, we're going to go ahead and begin by sitting down. If you are new to yoga and you have tight hips, I really recommend sitting on either a block or a bolster. This is really going to help shorten the distance and make it a little less intense. So I'm going to show you with a bolster here. This is just a pillow. You could also use a rolled blanket if you like, or a block, of course. So we can go ahead and sit here and we can use this to elevate our hips. Now, if traditional Sukhasana or cross-legged pose is a bit too intense still, this is a great practice to go ahead and just open up and have an open diamond. It should feel a little bit less tense. And what you can also use is some blocks underneath the knees or some pillows. For these yoga tools, they're really here to kind of help us find these postures, and over time, maybe we can move the blocks. Over time, maybe we don't need the bolster, and just find what feels right for you today and trust in the process. So let's go ahead and find the easy posture that feels right for us. Make sure that we have this beautiful golden cord pulling up through the crown of our head, and let's begin with some nice, gentle cat-cows. So we're going to place our hands in prayer pose, taking it to the center of our sternum here. And we're just going to find this modified cat-cow by inhaling, looking to the sky, exhaling, contracting, looking down at our palms. Placing about 5 pounds of pressure here, so we're initiating and engaging the hands into our chest, and using that as an anchor and a guiding point. And then we're going to incorporate the breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. And as it feels right, perhaps we engage a little bit more of the shoulders, concaving at the tummy a bit as we release. And flow. Beautiful. Really great practice in the beginning of your yoga sessions, just to invite a little bit of dynamic movement. Fluid movement is going to help open up the body. Wonderful. And we're going to go ahead and find neutrality here, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, as we release, our left fingertips are actually going to come across the body here to kiss the right knees. We're going to inhale as we elongate, and then we're going to exhale, looking over the right shoulder. For you today, you might just be looking out to the side. Maybe it feels right to look behind, feeling into where you're at today. What feels good for you? And slowly releasing, let's go ahead and rise those arms up overhead. Exhale, release. Our right fingertips come to our left knee. Inhale, rise, elongating that spine nice and tall, and then slowly sending the energy across, perhaps behind or to the side. And release. Inhale the arms up. Fingertips kissing in the center. Exhale as we release. Our right fingertips are going to come to kiss the earth, and we're just going to stretch across the body here. And I invite you to either gaze up towards the sky or down at the earth, whatever feels right for you. And inhale, rise, both arms up into the center. Exhale to the other side. And playing again, as always, with the placement of your neck. Maybe it feels good for you to look down at the earth. Maybe it feels good to look up at the sky. Each of our bodies is as unique as a snowflake. So it's really important here that we remember to tune into what feels right for us. And inhale, rise. And we're going to go ahead and allow both hands to come down to the earth. And if we need to, let's go ahead and just shake out the feet a little bit. We can cascade our fingertips, our toes out in front of us. And we're just going to allow our toes to windshield wiper right and left. Just taking a moment to reset here. And then go ahead and come back into your open diamond. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is find some nice gentle neck rolls. So we're going to drop our right ear to our right shoulder, stretch, drop our chin to our chest, and drop our left ear to our left shoulder. Let's go ahead and find some half neck rolls, continuing that motion that we just performed back and forth. Beautiful. Coming back into neutrality here. Let's go ahead and remove the bolster, the pillow, the blanket, whatever we have out of our way. We're going to come into a tabletop position here. So for tabletop, I want to open up my fingertips nice and wide. I want my shoulder to be over my wrist. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is, just like we did the modified cat-cow in the beginning, let's go ahead and find the traditional cat-cow by dropping our belly down into the earth. This is going to trigger my head to go up towards the sky. And then I'm going to exhale, contract. My gaze is going to go towards my belly button, and my energy is going to be pushing up my shoulder blades to the earth. And then switch. Pushing up those shoulder blades as though I could push the ceiling away. Inhale as I rise, gaze goes towards the sky. This is a beautiful practice for those of us who might perhaps have some tight back, lower back pain. Sitting for long periods of time tends to create a lot of compression on the body. So it's just an invitation to stretch it all out. Beautiful. And then we're going to come into a child's pose, but we're going to use either our pillows or our blocks to create a little bit of a more passive stretch here. So I have two options. If I feel like I have really tight legs, what I can do is place a pillow underneath, so it's above this leg but underneath my booty here. It's going to shorten the distance, and then I'm going to slowly sink into where I find is my perfect level for my child's pose today. That might be up here, that might be up here, figuring out what feels right for you. Or you can take the pillow and have it come underneath you and have it help support your chest towards melting towards the earth. Figuring out what feels right for you, we're going to just take a few minutes here to play around with our props, play around with our pillows till we find this nice juicy position. What we really ultimately want to do is have our toes pointed together, and that's going to help open up those knees nice and wide, and we want to send the energy back into those hips, and ultimately we would like to be flush along the mat as our forehead kisses the earth. So finding your own degree, what feels right for you today. I'm going to go ahead and find the full variation so you can see what we're working towards. Breathe nice and deep. It's a beautiful pose to help create a nice elongation of the spine, stretching the shoulders, stretching the hips. Breathe. Whenever I'm in this posture, I'm reminded that yoga is about surrendering. So can we surrender the need to be perfect? Can we surrender the ideology that there's one perfect pose, that it has to look a certain way? And instead, can I just step into being present? Can I step into being compassionate and aware of what feels right for me in my body in this moment? And that right there, I think, is one of the most beautiful acts of self-love that we can create, is just being patient and being loving with where we are at today. Slowly, wherever you are, start to rise up, perhaps moving the pillows, moving the blocks away. And if we have a block nearby, I invite you to go ahead and bring it here. It's going to help us create a little bit less distance from us and the floor. And we're going to go ahead and take a step up with one foot and the other. If this takes a few 15-point turn, a couple of steps, that's okay. Be present with where you're at today. And we're going to go ahead and keep this block here as a support system for us. And we're going to slowly send the energy to our legs, and we're going to use that to slowly start walking our way up our body. We're going to continue with this flow. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale as we cascade those fingertips forward. I'm giving a nice bend at this knee here, you might notice. And then I'm going to send the energy and I'm going to try to touch my block. Now maybe this is a bit too far. You can actually send your block and make it a little bit longer. Or we can just keep our hands at our legs. So whatever feels right for you. We're just going to allow ourselves to fall forward here, forward fold. And then slowly working our way up. Inhale the arms up overhead, cascading those fingertips forward, perhaps meeting it to the block, and then allowing yourself to work forward. Inhale the arms up, cascading forward, finding that block, and then allowing yourself to continue working forward, rolling your way up. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, release. This time we're going to stay down and I invite you to just play around a little bit with your neck, releasing it out, shaking it yes and no, making sure we're not holding any tension. I have a nice little gentle micro bend at the knee here. It's going to empower me to stay over. If it's still a bit tight in the back of the legs, always remember that a great practice is to just give a nice deeper bend at the knee. It's going to give you a little bit less of a stretch here. Just taking your time to breathe, nice, slow, and steady. And slowly rolling up, walking the hands if necessary. And the head is going to be the last to join us. Wonderful. Bending down and removing the block, setting it off to the side. We're going to go ahead and open up to the side here. I'm going to take my toes, send them out to the right diagonal of my mat, and I'm going to bend into my knee here. Maybe for us today we're standing up nice, tall, and proud. Maybe it feels right to go down into a little bit of a bend here. My right knee is going to be over my right ankle, and I'm going to send the energy up and over across for a nice, beautiful, modified side angle stretch. Breathing nice and deep. Maybe I'd like to gaze up at that elbow. Maybe I'd like to gaze down at the earth, feeling into what feels right for me. And slowly start to rise, turning those toes the other direction, and slowly start to send the energy up and over to the side. Playing around with the placement of our head. Stretch. Nice, beautiful side angle, really kind of giving a lot of juicy touch points here to the side of my leg, to my hamstrings. And elongate, beautiful. We're going to go ahead and heel toe our way in, so we're bringing our feet underneath us here. And we're going to go ahead and find some pendulum swings, just release. I'm not holding any tension in my hands. Nice gentle movement here. Wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and turn my energy over to the side of my mat. I'm going to step my left foot forward, my right foot back, and maybe today I just want to stay here. And this feels right for me. But maybe it feels right to go ahead and give a nice bend at the knee. Again, the knee wants to stay in alignment with the ankle. And I'm going to inhale as my arms come up overhead. And then I'm going to exhale as I straighten. Inhale my arms up. Exhale as I straighten. Inhale, bending into that front knee, front lunge. This is warming us up and gearing us up towards getting into our warrior series in yoga. So we will definitely get here. And these are the postures and the poses that is just like going to the gym. We wouldn't go to the gym and grab the heaviest dumbbell, right? We would give ourselves this opportunity to build a strong foundation, to build that trust within the body. So we're just raising on up and lowering down, starting to become the type of person who is comfortable on the mat, who is flexible, who is mobile, all good things. Beautiful. Stepping up with that back foot to meet the front foot, stepping back. Again, maybe we hold here and we feel like a nice, steady, strong stance here is what serves us today. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and bend down and straighten. Bend down and straighten. Building a little bit of strength in that leg. Feeling a little bit of warmth. Simultaneously stretching the left leg. So we are strengthening, elongating all in one breath. Beautiful job. And last one. Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and come to about hip distance apart. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead. And we're going to exhale, pulling our shoulder blades together, cactus arms, and gaze goes to the sky. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, cactus, those arms pulling those shoulder blades in. And release. Inhale, pulling the shoulder blades in. And release. Should feel nice and juicy on those shoulder blades. Chest opening. And then we're going to go ahead and release those fingertips, pointing them down into the earth. And I invite you to visualize as though you have erasers on your hand. And I invite you just to imagine that you're pulling down anything no longer serving you, perhaps sleepiness, tired, anxiety, anything that you just want to release. Go ahead and pull it down. 3, 2, 1. And as your fingertips come to kiss the earth, we're just going to release it into the ground, shake it out, shake, 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 shake your feet, shake your arms, shake your body. And then we're going to go and think about everything we want to welcome into our lives. Positivity, love, joy, bringing our arms up overhead. Deep breath, bringing it down into our chest and coming into heart center. I invite you just to close your eyes here, feeling your toes connected into the earth, sending your tailbone down into the earth, pulling and engaging up your core, closing the eyes and just taking 10 deep intentional breaths, noticing the subtle difference, perhaps in the cadence of your breathing. Perhaps feeling a little bit more at peace, a little bit more in your body. And when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me today. I invite you to take this calming, loving energy with you. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.